Yes, you read the title correctly. VAR is a disgrace. The whole refereeing system in England is a disgrace. And Bournemouth were robbed of 3 points yesterday. Unfortunately, I don't really have much to say on the City game today. Because yesterday, obviously it was a 3 o'clock kickoff. So it wasn't on TV. So I wasn't able to watch it. Well, I wasn't able to watch it. Well, I actually wasn't able to watch it because my football game kicked off at quarter to 3. So literally by the time the game finished and I got changed, it was literally the 90th minute. So I watched the highlights. From everything that I've seen, Guardiola was immense again. He was very good midweek. Obviously, I did watch the Real Madrid game. I just wasn't able to make a video. Guardiola was immense. Foden is still the best player in the world after that midweek performance. Obviously, didn't play today. Nunes is honking. Nunes is terrible. The display on the ball that he did for Barkley's goal, absolute disgrace. And I also saw the clip where he was through on goal and just slipped over. So you know what? Fair plays to you, Nunes. You're honking. Kovacic plays football like it's rugby. Good goal yesterday though, but he actually does play football like it's rugby. He'll just drive forward with the ball and then pass backwards. Like he has an inability to pass forwards. I think that's all I've really got to say on City over the past 2 games, other than the fact that Stefan Ortega's performance against Real Madrid was also pretty honking. But yeah, that's it. We'll move on from City. The only other bit of football I did get to watch, other than the United game, was the first 2 goals for Newcastle, and yeah, Vicky van der Ven does not want to watch that game back, does he? Because he got sent twice by Gordon and Isaac. And Spurs got absolutely dismantled. And it reminds me of, was it the end of last season when they lost 5-0 at St James's Park, Spurs? That, I remember watching that game, and that was an absolute... Jacob Murphy was playing out of his skin. That was a scintillating game of football. But anyway, 2 minutes into the video, I haven't even started talking about the main topic. Just back waffling in it. But yeah, Bournemouth were robbed. Bournemouth were 110% robbed. That was never a penalty. The penalty shout in the last minute for Bournemouth, that one's debatable. I'm still... Because the original contact is definitely outside of the box. But I'm 90% sure Mount clips Christie's when he gets into the box as well. So I could see that being given as a penalty. Obviously, it wasn't given as a penalty based on the original contact, which was outside the box. But I could definitely see a world where that one is given as a penalty. But the one that was actually given a penalty, the Bruno Fernandes penalty, was an absolute disgrace. It was absolute disgrace. And obviously, with my last video, I was talking about how Mark Goldbridge always says that, if that was City, that was given as a penalty. He can't say much after yesterday, because that was an absolute disgraceful decision. Like, it hit his sleeve. And that's... by the letter of the law, that is not a penalty, because it's allowed to hit your sleeve. That's why I don't understand it. It took them so long to check and then go, oh yeah, that's a penalty. But it hit his sleeve. And that being said, like, it hit off of his teammate and then hit his sleeve. So it took a deflection and then hit his sleeve. I think, because of the deflection, it was then too close to his body. But I think that's also cancelled out by the fact it hit his sleeve. So Man United did get very, very lucky. And I do think they were outplayed by Bournemouth for a lot of the game. I think Kluivert and Christie's absolutely ran the show. Solanke was excellent for his first goal. Obviously, United definitely could have defended that better. But then Bournemouth definitely could have defended Bruno's first goal better. He had no right scoring that. The ball had no right falling to him. They definitely should have got their lines clear a lot sooner. But then Kluivert with the second goal, and he was a nuisance all game. He played very, very well. Sinistera, when he was on the pitch, played well. Christie's played well. They just played really well, Bournemouth, and I do think they were very, very unlucky because United weren't playing well. Rashford, not at it, but when is Rashford ever at it? Rasmus was not good enough. I'd probably say their only good player yesterday was probably Bruno. Casemiro looked absolutely off it, looked so washed. Wan-Bissaka just should not be allowed to cross the halfway line. Like, he should actually be banned from crossing the halfway line. Actually, I don't think Slabhead was too bad. I think Slabhead was alright, but definitely Rasmus wasn't great. Rashford wasn't great. Bruno was good. Casemiro not great. Diallo looked good when he came on, and I do just think that he needs to leave Manchester United, because he played very, very well out on loan at Sunderland. Obviously, comes back from loan. Ten Hag doesn't allow him to go to the AFCON, where his nation obviously go and win the tournament. And the whole time the AFCON's going on, he doesn't get any minutes, or any meaningful minutes. He then comes on against Liverpool, scores a very, very important goal in Manchester United's season, which could lead them to winning a trophy, the only trophy that's still up for them to win. Obviously, he got sent off, so he missed 3 games. No, he only missed a game because he only missed a game because it was a double yellow. I don't know why it took me so long to get those words out. Yeah, a double yellow. So he only missed a game, and he's still just not getting enough minutes. And yes, I understand that Garnacho's good and Garnacho's in good form, but Antony's still not great. Rashford's absolutely honking. Rashford's actually terrible, and if I have to watch him at the Euros, I'll scream, because Rashford is appalling. Rashford is probably the laziest footballer I've ever watched. And I remember I've had to stop putting bets on Rashford to get shots on target, because his shooting is absolutely honking. I rarely see him get a shot on target, except that absolute thunderbolt he scored against us in the derby. That annoyed me, because he's terrible. It's awful. I actually hate watching Rashford play, and especially seeing as what I know Rashford's capable of. Rashford, again, like Pogba, could be the best player in his position in the world, but it's not going to happen. I don't know if that's a personal attitude problem, or if that's just something to do with the club. But definitely, they both definitely could have been the best players in the world in their position, but they just weren't. I mean, Rashford's still got time. Obviously, Pogba's done, but Rashford's still got time. But I don't see it happening. I definitely don't see it happening. But he has it too easy at Man United, just because he's a boyhood Manchester United fan and he's came up through the academy. So I feel like if he moved away, he would definitely get pushed on to do something. And I guess it's kind of the same with Lingard, when obviously he went out on loan to West Ham, and he actually had to do something, because he wasn't just like loved by everyone, and had to earn the respect of the fans, because he wasn't obviously a boyhood hammer or anything. So I do think if Rashford left Man United, his performances would definitely pick up. But that's not going to happen, is it? He knows he has it easy there, so why would he leave? And can't really blame him. But I think that's all I've really got to say on the football from yesterday. Obviously, there is football on today. None of the games have kicked off by the time I've recorded this, but by the time this is up, the Liverpool game would have finished. And I think, let me check what time Arsenal kick off. And Arsenal kick off at... Oh, wait, no, Liverpool have kicked off, and they're 1-0 down. So that's what you like to see. So, never mind. I thought they kicked off at 2:30. Turns out it was 2, and they're 1-0 down. So let's hope it stays like that. And obviously, yeah, Arsenal would have kicked off and basically finished by the time this video goes up. So let's hope the Liverpool game stays as it is, and let's hope Arsenal also lose. I hope Villa can give a result. Mr. Good Evening going back to the Emirates, and hopefully he can get a result, keeping City at the top of the table, and having us hopefully win another treble, I guess. With obviously the second leg of the Champions League quarter-final coming up this week. Comment down below, like this video and comment down below if you want to see a watch-along to that game. I feel like that would be quite interesting, a lot more high stakes than my last watch-along. But yeah, because I enjoyed doing the watch-alongs when I did them, but I just haven't really been at home, like in my room watching City play recently. I've usually been with friends or something, being social, in the boozer. Definitely only in the boozer to watch football, I promise. But yeah, so if you want to watch a watch along for that, just comment that down below, like the video, and if enough people say they want it, and I'll sort that for you. And then obviously we've got the semi-finals of the FA Cup this week, this weekend against Chelsea. So this is a big week of football, and hopefully we can go and win a treble again. That'd be nice. That might be the most spoilt thing I think I've ever said. Like, that might be the most spoiled bratty thing I've ever said in my life. You know, like I've said multiple times this season, I don't really mind if we go trophyless, especially after last season. Like, there was only one way to top last season, and I honestly think the quadruple is impossible. So, yeah, there was no really topping last season, so I'm just happy that happened, and whatever happens this season happens, innit? Like, as long as it's not a disgraceful showing. And to be fair, it's not been a disgraceful showing, because we're in a title race with 6-7 games to go. We're in the FA Cup semi-finals, and we're in the quarterfinals of the Champions League. So it's not been a poor showing in the defence for any of these trophies. So whatever happens, and I'm just glad that last season happened. But, you know, let me know your thoughts on the penalty down below. If you think that was a penalty, if you think it wasn't. Let me know if you want to see the watch along for the Real Madrid game, and also let me know how many trophies you think City are going to win this season. But that's all that's really I've got to say. Like the video if you enjoyed, and if you want to see a watch along midweek for the Real Madrid game. Also, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Obviously, we've seen a spike in views and interactions recently because of my most recent video. So yeah, if you enjoyed that video and you still haven't subscribed, please subscribe to the channel with notifications on to be notified anytime that I go live or that I upload a video. But that's all that's really I've got to say. I've been Nathan, and well, see you in the next video. Peace.
Shut down cases. They belly dots to the can't see faces. Chasing the bad guy chase it. You don't wanna be the one like Ace and like G-Take trying to turn them out wasted. Aye, tell a bad bitch come break it. Body come mad, come shake it. Shit then, get back to the basics. Bro, done shut down cases. They belly dots to the